Hello everybody, welcome to the next game in the 2015 Strat-O-Matic Demolition League. This is the final matchup in Series 7. It's matchup 5 between the Phillies and the Red Sox. Starting pitchers for today's game, it'll be Joe Kelly for the Red Sox against Dave Buchanan for the Phillies. Now I don't have the computer up for this game, so I don't have the season stats. I'm just going to try to get this game in and get it uploaded so that I can get caught up and be ready for Series 8 next week. All right, hopefully this game will post on either Wednesday or Thursday. I'm hoping Thursday probably. All this could be Wednesday, we don't know yet. All right, let's look at the starting lineups. You see them there, Herrera. Well, I'll just let you look at them. You see them there on the bench for both teams. Bullpen for the Red Sox here, bullpen for the Phillies there. Rest rolls, Andre Blanco had to rest, so he can't come until the 7th. For the Red Sox, Ramirez and Holt both had to rest, so I'll put little dots there to remind myself that they can't come in until the 7th, and Blanco cannot as well. All right, so I think we're ready to go. Joe Kelly starting things off against Odubel Herrera. Now, to fit this dice tray, sometimes it's got to be, you know what, I may move these up here until we get guys on base. Maybe I'll do that until we get guys on base, because with the, you know what, I'm going to move the bullpen guys out of the way, I think. I'll move the bullpen guys out of the way to give me some more room, and we'll just go with that. I may just have to put it right over my score sheet. My line score, I should say. I'm going to move my line score back to give me more room. So let's do that. Now I think I can get it better that way, hopefully. Anyway, all right, so we are ready to go. Pause the video 1 second to double check something. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Leading things off will be Odubel Herrera against Joe Kelly. Strat-O-Matic advanced here, advanced only. Herrera the batter. Kelly 5'11", and 5'11" for Kelly is a walk. So a leadoff walk right off the bat to Odubel Herrera. Not one of the guys you want to walk necessarily. Don't like to walk the first guy of the game. That's kind of rough, but he did. So Herrera is on with a leadoff walk. That'll bring up Chase Utley. Herrera's a B stealer. The catcher in this case is Swihart, and his arm rating is a +1. So B would be a 13. -3 would be a 10. +1 would be 11. So they're going to hold him there. And they're going to have Chase Utley. However, Chase Utley is a B hit and run guy, and with Herrera being held, that bumps him up to an A hit and run. So they're going to do a hit and run with Utley. And that's a 7 as an A hit and run guy. A 7 is batter misses pitch, roll 20-sided die for steal results. Okay, so bad news there. He will have to try to steal it, and we already figured out it's going to be, with Swihart being a +1 arm, it will be a 1 to an 11 for Herrera to steal it. And he's caught stealing. So Herrera is caught stealing on the missed hit and run, and that's the chance you take when you try hit and run. That's why I don't like to do it very often, but I tried it there just to see if it worked, and it did not. So now here's Utley. 1-6, and that's a pop out to short for out number 2. So 2 down very quickly after the caught stealing. That brings up Freddie Galvis. 3-7 for Galvis. He pops it to short as well to end the inning. So just like that, that caught stealing kind of put the kibosh on anything the Phillies thought they would do. We go to the bottom of the first, and it's Phillies nothing, Red Sox coming to bat. And Jackie Bradley, who's been taking a liking to the leadoff spot since he went to the leadoff spot from the 9th spot with the injury to Betts, he has been loving it. And in fact, now that Betts has come back, they moved Betts to the number 3 spot. So here's Bradley. 3-7 for Bradley. It's a 1-2 for a single. Anything else, he will ground it to Howard at first. And it's a 3, so barely Howard makes the play. 1 away. Bradley is retired. That'll bring up Dustin Pedroia. 3-6 for Pedroia, and that's a 1-9 double. 10-20 is a single. That will be a single for Dustin Pedroia. A 1-out single for Pedroia. And that'll bring up the dangerous Mookie Betts to the plate. Mookie Betts. Pedroia is a runner. He's a D-stealer. He will not be held. 1-7. That's a strikeout. So Mookie Betts down on strikes. 2 down. And that brings up Big Papi, Mr. Ortiz. 1-5. And that's a walk. So that's going to continue the inning. As Buchanan walks Big Papi to put runners at first and second with 2 down for Xander Bogaerts, shortstop. Pedroia not being held at second. 1-11. And that's a single to left field. Could score Pedroia. Pedroia runs at a 12. He was not being held, makes him a 13. There are 2 outs, makes him a 15. And the left fielder, in this case, is Revere. And Revere's arm is a +3. Wow, +3. That's pretty bad. All right, so again, Pedroia, 12, 13, 15. It's a 1-18. No sending. And he's in there. So Pedroia will score. Ortiz will hold at second. But the Red Sox take a 1-0 lead on the single by Bogaerts to score Pedroia. 1-0 Red Sox on the base hit by Mr. Xander Bogaerts. So runners at first and second with 2 down. And the Panda, Pablo Sandoval, stepping to the plate. Ortiz, of course, not being held. White die a little slow getting out of there. 2-6. Ground ball to short. That's going to end the inning. But the Red Sox do pick up a run and lead it 1-0 after 1. Could have been worse, I guess, for Buchanan. So I guess he's lucky to only give up 1 run, if you want to call it that. So Joe Kelly will come back out with a 1-0 lead. And Ryan Howard, first baseman, gets the call to lead off. 2-7 for Ryan Howard. 1-14 is a double. Anything else, it'll be a fly to left. It is a double for Ryan Howard. So Ryan Howard, a leadoff double. And back come the Phillies, at least in the Phillies' minds. Back come the Phillies. Howard's aboard. That'll bring up Frenchie, Jeff Francoeur. Howard, of course, not being held at second. 2-7, and it's a ground ball to short. It's a good thing he wasn't being held, or that plus would have been a base hit. As it is, Francoeur just grounds out to Bogaerts for out number 1. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Cody Ashe. Whoop, the red die didn't go through. Somehow that missed. I don't know how. It stuck to my finger. That die stuck to my finger, so we'll re-roll everything. Call that Suadice and just do a do-over, as they say. We get a 3-8 for Cody Ashe. It's a ground ball to second. Again, not being held, so the plus doesn't matter. He is out. Now, Howard will make it to third on the ground ball to second. But now there are 2 away. And that's going to leave it up to the third baseman, Cesar Hernandez. He's got to get it done. 2-9 for Hernandez. Struck him out, and that's the end of the inning. So Joe Kelly gets out of that mess. And the Phillies come away empty-handed. We go to the bottom of the second, 1-0 Red Sox. And for the Red Sox, it'll be Mike Napoli to lead things off. Napoli, Shaw, and Swihart, bottom of the order for the Red Sox. 5-7, and that's a 1-5 single. Anything else, he lines it to Freddie Galvis. And that's a liner to Freddie Galvis. Snags, 1 down. Napoli retired. That brings up Travis Shaw, who's playing left field today. Kind of an unusual place for him, but he did play. He did play for left field. Not very good, but you can see the 5 with an E16. But they got him there, playing left field. They want his bat in the lineup. 4-5. Ground ball to second. That is 2 down. And that brings up Blake Swihart, the catcher. 1-3. He's going to fly to left, and that's going to end the inning. So a very tidy second inning for Buchanan. Very tidy second inning. We go to the top of the third. And I'll put this game to the computer after it's played when I have time in the evenings. So here's Carlos Ruiz, the catcher, to lead things off. 4-7 for Joe Kelly against a righty. 1-9 is a single. Anything else, he grounds it to third. And it's a 2. It's going to get through for a base hit. So Carlos Ruiz, a leadoff single to start the top of the third. And that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Ben Revere. We'll see what he wants to do. Ben Revere, decent bunter, a B bunter, but I think they're going to have him swing away. Ruiz will not be held. 5-3 against Kelly against a lefty is a single to center field. So Ruiz will take second. He will hold there. They're not going to risk anything with nobody out. And a slow running Ruiz he only runs at a 10, so they don't want to take the chance there. I'm sorry, I put Herrera there. It should be Revere. Wrong runner. Herrera is actually coming to the plate. So Dubal Herrera is at the plate. 2 on, nobody out. Now, do you bunt if you're Herrera? I think they're going to have him bunt. He becomes a C bunter. The B bunter becomes a C bunter. They'll give it a shot. 9 on a C bunter. So we go to sacrifice, C bunter, and a 9. Batter safe, lead runners thrown out by catcher. So how about that? They threw out Ruiz at third base. That's going to go 2-5, but it does put very fast runners on the base paths now. So much speedier runners on the base paths, with Revere running as a 17 and Herrera as a 15. So even though it is an out, they will take it. So it's going to go fielder's choice 2-5. And that brings up Chase Utley with 1 out and 2 on. Runners obviously being held with the speed they have. 1-5 for Utley, struck him out. 2 down, big strikeout there for Kelly. And it's going to be all up to Freddie Galvis to get it done for the Phils. 3-7, and he popped him to short. That's going to end the inning, so Kelly pitches out of it. Phillies leave a couple on, come away empty-handed. And we go to the bottom of the third, still 1-0. Buchanan back out. And it will be top of the order, Jackie Bradley for the Red Sox. Bradley is first time up, grounded to first. 2-4, and he's going to ground to first again. So he likes hitting the ball to Ryan Howard, apparently. 1 down, and here's Dustin Pedroia. Buchanan 5-8. That's a single, straight out single for Dustin Pedroia. So 1 out single by Pedroia. And that'll bring up the big guys, Betts and Big Papi coming up. Pedroia, D-Stealer will not be held. 5-2, that's a ground ball to short on the advanced side. That's a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. So Buchanan got the ground ball he needed. And Mookie Betts, unfortunately for him, hit into a 6-4-3 twin killing to end the inning. After 3 complete, it's still 1-0 Boston. And Joe Kelly back out. And Kelly will be facing Ryan Howard. Howard doubled his first time up, but was stranded at third base. 1-8 for Howard, struck him out. So Howard out on strikes to start the fourth. That brings up Frenchie, Jeff Francoeur. He grounded to short his first time up. 3-9. Not this time. 1-16 is a home run chance. 17-20, he flies to the left, but a 1-16 and it's gone. That's a 10. It's gone. Jeff Francoeur, solo shot, has tied the game. Frenchie comes through for the Phillies to tie the game at 1 as he blasted that would-be Joe Kelly fastball over the Green Monster. And we are tied at a run apiece. Here's Cody Ashe, the DH. 2-6, and that's a strikeout. So Joe Kelly exact some revenge there with the K. And that brings up the third baseman, Cesar Hernandez. 5-10. That's a fly to right field to end the inning as Bradley puts it away. But damage done on the home run from Frenchie, and we are tied at a run apiece. And it'll be Big Poppy to lead it off for the Red Sox against Buchanan. 3-5. That's a ground ball to short, one away. So Poppy is retired. And it will send up Bogarts. 5-5. It's a ground ball shortstop X. That is Freddie Galvis. And Freddie Galvis is a 2 as a shortstop. 2 and 10 is going to go to his error check. So we need to get the error rating sheet out. And the error rating on Freddie Galvis is an E19. E19 and an 8. E19 and an 8 is a ground ball A. Good play. So Freddie Galvis up to the task. Takes care of Bogarts. 2 down for the Panda, Pablo Sandoval. 6-7, switch hitter batting left-handed. We'll check Buchanan for an injury. I don't have that in front of me like I am supposed to have in front of me. I don't have it in front of me, so I can't check for injury. Hold on, I think I do have it over here, so let me see if I do or I don't. Thought I had these little cards here that told me the injuries for each of the pitchers, but Buchanan being a recent call-up, I may not have him listed. So I am checking the Phillies now. Buchanan's a 6-12, so he's a 1. So no injury there. He has to be a 6-12 to be an injury. So 6-7 is a walk, so it's going to be a 2-out walk to Pablo Sandoval. He will draw the 2-out base on balls. Keeps the inning going for Mike Napoli, first baseman. Whoops, just knocked over Sandoval there. So Napoli, of course, Sandoval not being held. 3-9 for Napoli, struck him out and the inning's over. So 4 innings are in the books and nothing's been decided. We are tied at 1 apiece. And we go to the 5th. Kelly out now will be facing Ruiz, Revere, and Herrera to start the top of the 5th, tied at 1. 6-10, we'll check Joe Kelly. I don't think he's going to fall prey to any kind of fatigue injury on a 6-10, but I will double check it just to be sure. Get his numbers. Joe Kelly, where are you? Why do I not see them? Got everybody here but Boston, it seems like. Oh, there they are. Joe Kelly, 6-12 also, so no problems there. I thought I had these little charts here with me, but it has to be a 6-12 to be an injury, so 6-10 is just fine, except it's a walk. That's not so fine. He walks Ruiz, but at least he's not injured. So Ruiz draws the leadoff walk to start the 5th. Not much of a base runner, so he's not going to be held. And that'll bring up Revere. To B, bunter would drop to a C bunter, and last time they did that, it didn't work, so they're going to swing away. 1-7, it's a fly to center. 1 down. And we flip the order over to Herrera with 1 away. 1-8, that's a single, 2 stars, so Ruiz chugs over to third base. And Herrera, a single puts runners on the corners with only 1 out, and Herrera is a threat to steal, so they do have to hold him on. They won't send him, but they will have to hold him on, and it will put runners at the corners. And they got to decide if they're going to play for the double play or lay back with Chase Utley. They're going to play for the double play. 4-10 against Kelly is a ground ball third base X. That's Sandoval. And the Panda at third base checks in with an error rating or a range rating of 4. 4 and a 13 probably is an error check, and it is. And Sandoval's error rating is an E21. E21 and a 7 for third baseman. E21 and a 7 is a one-base error on the Panda, and that will allow Ruiz to come in and score. Herrera will take second, and Utley will take first on the E5, and that will give the Phillies the lead. Pablo not known for his defense, and hurt him there. So Utley is given credit for the RBI because you can't assume it would have been a double play. And you figure the run would have scored most likely. So Freddie Galvis, I think he would get credit for the RBI, but not 100% sure. All right, everybody, Herrera is definitely being held on with his speed. Here's Galvis, 4-11, ground ball first base X. Napoli is your first baseman, and he checks in as a 3. 3-11 is going to go to an error check. So once again, error check, he is an E11. E11. And that's a 9 for a first baseman. An E11 and a 9 is a ground ball A. So it's a 3-6-3 double play to get him out of the inning. Could have been a lot worse. But Napoli able to turn it. A not so easy 3-6-3 double play to get him out of further trouble. But the run does score, and we go to the bottom of the 5th. Bottom of the 5th, it's 2-1 Phils. Buchanan, this is his point of weakness inning, so I have to keep track of that. And he'll be facing Shaw, Swihart, and Bradley. Shaw, 3-7. Just missed a home run. 3-8 would have been a homer, but 3-7 is a strikeout. So he went for the downs and just missed it. And that brings up Blake Swihart. 1-8, and that's a ground ball to short. 1-7 would have been a hit, but 1-8 is a ground ball to short. So 2 up and 2 down. Buchanan living right with these results. Here's Jackie Bradley. 3-7. 1-2 is a single. Anything else he grounds to Howard. And it's a 3, so Howard barely gets there to make the play. And that's going to end the inning. 1-2-3. Buchanan just fine. He'll continue to the 6th for sure. So we go to the 6th. It's 2-1 Phils. 2-1 Phillies. And Ryan Howard will lead it off against Kelly. This is Kelly's point of weakness inning. Gotta keep track of that. 2-8 for Howard. And that's a solid double to left field for Ryan Howard. 2-9 would have been a homer, but 2-8, they'll take it for a double. Will the Phillies. And for Ryan Howard, that is his second double of the game. Second leadoff double of the game, actually. He led off the second with a double, but never scored. And now, that'll bring up Frenchie, Jeff Francoeur. Red Sox bullpen has actually got some activity. So check the Red Sox bullpen. They do have left-hander Craig Breslow loosening in the pen. In back of Joe Kelly. Howard not being held at second. 6-6 against the righty. That's a strikeout. There's a dot there, but he's not tired yet. He hasn't reached that weakness yet. So Francoeur goes down swinging. And that'll bring up Cody Ashe. 3-6 for Ashe. Struck him out. So Kelly trying to tell Francona that he's, or actually John Farrell rather, that he's not ready to come out of this game yet. Here's Hernandez, 4-8, switch hitter batting left, 4-8. There's another strikeout when there's a dot there, but again, he's not tired yet. So the strikeout is good. And he puts down the Phillies. No problem here in the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Still 2-1. And Buchanan back out. And Buchanan pitched a 1-2-3 5th, so he has nothing against his point of weakness. He'll be facing Pedroia. 3-10, and that's a leadoff single for Pedroia, so now the Philly bullpen may start to stir. In fact, I know they will. Philly bullpen is stirring. They do have Jake Diekman, a lefty, loosening in the pen because some lefties are coming up. Here's Mookie Betts. 4-5, and that's a strikeout. He's not tired yet, so the strikeout is good. Buchanan strikes out Betts. With one out here in the 6th, that'll bring up Big Poppy. Pedroia not being held. 6-8 against the lefty. 1-7 is a single. Anything else, it's a fielder's choice to Ryan Howard. That's a fielder's choice to Ryan Howard. That's going to eliminate Pedroia and put the very slow running Ortiz at first base on the 3-6 fielder's choice for out number 2. And it'll be up to Bogarts now to get something done. Ortiz obviously not being held on. 6-8, that's a single, 2 stars, so Ortiz will make it to 3rd. Bogarts gets the big base hit, and Pablo Sandoval is the batter. Now, do you stick with Buchanan, or do you go to the bullpen? Sandoval traditionally is a better hitter against right-handers, so I think they're going to go to the bullpen and go to Jake Diekman to get him out of this jam. So Buchanan's going to end up going 5 2/3, and he's going to end up facing 23 batters. But that's going to be it for Buchanan. They'll go to the pen for the left-hander, Jake Diekman. So we got Jake and the Fat Man coming up, because you got Jake Diekman as your Jake, and Pablo Sandoval is definitely the Fat Man. So we got Jake and the Fat Man right here. Jake, he's not from State Farm, but he is from Philadelphia, facing against Sandoval with runners on the corners and 2 outs. Bogarts at first base will have to be held. He's a B stealer, but he's not going to try to go anywhere. Don't want to run yourself out of the inning. But he will be held on, so that'll bring in any pluses that come up. Diekman to Sandoval. 4-7 against a switch hitter batting right-handed is a walk. So that's going to load the bases. As he couldn't get it done, he walks Sandoval, and that may be it for Diekman. I think that might be a one-pitcher or one-batter performance, because he walks Sandoval, and now you got a tough right-handed hitter and Mike Napoli coming up, and they are going back to the pen, are the Phillies. So Diekman couldn't get it done. He's eliminated. They're going to bring in Ken Giles. They want to get out of this inning. They're treating it almost like an 8th or 9th inning situation. Even though it's a 6th inning, it's a tough spot, and they are going with Kenny Giles. So Diekman faced the one batter and couldn't get it done. And now here's Giles, as he is facing Napoli with the bases loaded and 2 outs in a 2-1 ball game. 2-6 for Napoli, struck him out, and that's going to end the inning. So Ken Giles got it done. The Red Sox leave him loaded, much to the chagrin of John Farrell and Joe Kelly. But he got it done. Keeps it a 2-1 ball game as we go to the 7th. Joe Kelly certainly only had 1 mark against his point of weakness, so he's still in the game. Now, Breslow had sat down a long time ago, and actually Junichi Tazawa is loosening in the pen for the Red Sox. But right now they will go with Ruiz leading it off for the Phils. He's singled and walked. 4-9 for Kelly, fly to center. 1 away. That'll bring up Ben Revere. 3-6 for Revere. He flies to left, 2 down. For the top of the order, and Odubel Herrera. 3-8 for Herrera, struck him out. So Joe Kelly, an impressive 7th inning, keeps the score where it is at 2-1, but he's not getting any help. And that may be all for Joe Kelly. He went 7 innings. I think we're going to cap him there. And Robbie Ross, the lefty, is going to be coming in for the Red Sox in the 8th inning. But you can't ask for much more from Joe Kelly. He gave him 7 solid innings, just not getting any run support. And, you know, what can you do about that? Let me pause the video and get myself together. I'm going to stretch a little bit, and we'll come back for the bottom of the 7th. Okay, trying to get that 7th-inning stretch thing in. I screwed things up and ended up cutting out the video, and I probably recorded some things I didn't want to record on there. But now we're back for the bottom of the 7th, so we're going to skip all that mess and just go straight to baseball. And Ken Giles, who got that final out in the bottom of the 6th, will start out facing Travis Shaw. It'll be Shaw, Swihart, and Bradley due up for the Red Sox. 1-5 is a single to left field, so Shaw gets that single to left field to start off the bottom of the 7th. And that'll bring up Swihart. Shaw, not really a threat to run. He's an E-stealer. He will not be held. And let's see what Swihart can do. He's not a good bunter, so you have him swing away. 5-9, switch it to batting left. That's a strikeout. So big strikeout there for Giles. 1 away. That brings up Jackie Bradley. So now I'm going to put these two videos together, and there's usually a lag of some sort. So not sure how well this is going to turn out, but we're playing it anyway. Just so you can see the results. Here's Jackie Bradley. It's not meant to be pretty. Well, I'd like to be pretty, but you know, can't always get that. 3-8 struck him out. That's not pretty for Bradley either. So there's 2 down for Dustin Pedroia. Shaw still at second base. 1-6 since a fly to left to end the inning. So Giles does his job, pitches the 6th, out of the 6th and into the past the 7th, and they'll turn it over to the rest of their bullpen the rest of the way. But Giles did his job, and we go to the 8th inning. Still a 2-1 ball game. And for the Red Sox, as we said before, Robbie Ross will be the new pitcher, left-hander. He'll be in to face some of these lefties that the Phillies have coming up in Utley and Howard. Galvis a switch hitter, but Utley and Howard are lefties. So Robbie Ross coming in. Kelly goes 6 innings, and he will face 28 batters, giving up just the 2 runs. Home run from Francoeur, and then the error really cost him. The error on Sandoval really cost him. So here's Utley to lead off against Ross, lefty on lefty, to start the 8th. 2-8, and that's a strikeout. So Ross strikes out Utley to start the top of the 8th. That brings up Freddie Galvis, switch hitter, will turn around bat right-handed. 6-9, and I'll check Ross for his injury. I don't think 6-9 is going to be a problem, but I'll double check it. For Ross, 6-12 is his injury, so 6-9 is not a problem. 6-9 against a right-hander will be a problem, though, as far as the result goes. 1-13 is a double. 14-20 is a single. That's a double for Freddie Galvis. So Freddie Galvis, a 1-out double, and the Phillies are threatening to increase that lead. And Ryan Howard, speaking of doubles, he has doubled 2 times. He's 2 doubles in this game. But now it's a lefty-on-lefty matchup, so they're hoping he won't do as well against the lefties. Ross now 4-9, but bad news is off Ross's card. 1-9 is a home run. Anything else will be a double, 10-20. It's a 20, so it's the 3rd double of the game for Ryan Howard. He didn't do it off his own card. He did it off the pitcher card, but it is an RBI double. And the Phillies now lead it 3-1. Ryan Howard, the much maligned Ryan Howard, he's been having a rough replay, but not today. 3 doubles for Ryan Howard. And that'll bring up Jeff Francoeur. Ross is going to stay in there to face Francoeur. 4-7, and that's a strikeout. He's not tired, so the strikeout is good. Out number 2. And that brings up the designated hitter, Cody Ashe. Now the rest of players can come back because we're in the 8th inning, obviously. Cody Ashe is the DH. They could use Ruff as a pinch hitter. No, they're going to stick with Ashe, actually. I'm going to let Ashe swing away against Ross. 4-7, struck him out. Dot there, but he's not tired. But damage done. Ryan Howard, the RBI double. And Ross's day is done as well for the Red Sox. He goes 1 inning, faces 5 batters, and gives up that big double to Ryan Howard to make it a 3-1 ball game as we go to the bottom of the 8th. It'll be Mookie Betts, Ortiz, and Bogarts due up. And for the Phillies, let's see who they want to go to out of their pen. Probably, I'm thinking Luis Garcia, but we'll double check it. That's exactly who it's going to be. It's going to be Luis Garcia. He will be on. Of course, Papelbon could be on for the 9th, but right now it's Garcia. Giles went an inning and a third, did very well for himself, retired 4 of the 5 batters he faced. And now Garcia will be facing Mookie Betts to start things off in a 3-1 game. Bottom of the 8th, 4-5. That's a strikeout by Garcia. 1 away. That'll bring up Big Papi. 2-11 for Papi, and that's gone. Home run for David Ortiz. He cracks a big homer, and that cuts the lead to 3-2. Just like that, 3-2 ball game. Ortiz with the homer. Garcia has to settle in. Here's Bogaerts. 4-7, that's a walk, and that's one of those big results that happens after home runs, most likely, is a walk. That seems to happen a lot. So Bogaerts with the walk, and here's Pablo Sandoval. They could bring in a left-hander to turn Sandoval around, but I think they're going to let Garcia pitch to Sandoval. Hoping for a double play. 5-6, switch hitter batting left. 5-6 is a strikeout. He's not tired, so the strikeout is good. 2 down. And now it's up to Mike Napoli. Whoops. It's up to Mike Napoli. Now Bogaerts could try to get in scoring position with a stolen base. He's a B stealer, but I don't think you want to take that risk. You want to have Napoli. Swing away. 3-6, and he pops to short to end the inning. So Red Sox get a run back, but they still trail it 3-2 as we go to the 9th. And we will need a new pitcher. It'll be Tazawa for the Red Sox. He will come in and pitch the top of the 9th to face Hernandez, Ruiz, and Revere. So it will be the right-hander Junichi Tazawa. So Tazawa will come on. And he will be facing Cesar Hernandez, a switch hitter. So Tazawa facing Hernandez, Ruiz, and Revere. Top of the 9th, 3-2 fills. 4-9. Switch hitter batting left. 4-9. That's a big base hit right here. 1-18 is a double. And it is yet another double by the Phillies. This one by Cesar Hernandez. It's a leadoff double, which makes it even worse because he's already in scoring position for Carlos Ruiz. Ruiz stepping to the plate. Tazawa's got to bear down. Hernandez runs well. He has to be held at second. 1-11, and that's a walk. So Ruiz walks. Tazawa having issues. Ruiz will draw the walk. And now with lefties coming up, they're going to take Tazawa out. They don't trust it anymore. They're bringing in their lefty Craig Breslow because they got lefties coming up and they need somebody tough on lefties, or at least perceived to be tough on lefties. And that is Craig Breslow. So you got 2 on and nobody out. So Tazawa faced 2 batters, didn't get anybody out, and now you got Breslow. So Breslow is on to face Revere. He's a B bunter. He could bunt here. We'd drop to a C bunter, but they're going to try the bunt because that seems to be the prudent play. He turns into a C bunter. C and a 5. C bunter and a 5. Batter is thrown out by pitcher. Runners advance 1 base. So it's a good bunt. Sacrifice will go 1-4. And Hernandez goes to third. Ruiz goes to second on the sacrifice. And now the Phillies have 2 in scoring position with 1 out. Red Sox will have to play the infield in for Odubel Herrera. Infield's going to have to come in. No choice in the matter. You just can't give up that extra run. 5-4. Ground ball, third base X. That's to Sandoval. That could be trouble again. Sandoval, again, already has made an error in the game. And at third base, he is a 4. 4 and 8 on the defensive chart for third base. 4 and 8, going to go to his error check again, which is not good. His error rating is a 21. 21 and a 7 for a third baseman. E21 and a 7 is another one base error. Second error of the game on Pablo Sandoval, and that will score the run. Ruiz will take third, and Herrera will take first on the error. Sandoval, another big error that cost him a run. He's cost him 2 runs now on his fielding. And Herrera reaches on the E5, scoring Hernandez, moving Ruiz to second base, or to third base rather. So now the infield again has to be in for Chase Utley. Now for some reason I can't find Chase Utley's card. He got mixed in with somebody else, I think. Make sure I didn't lose him somehow. Might pinch hit for Utley anyway with a righty. That's a possibility. Oh, there he is. He got mixed in with the Red Sox somehow. No, we're going to have Utley swing away. Herrera will be held on. He has to be held on. But he's not going to try to steal. But it's a 4-2 ball game now, and they're looking for more with 1 out. Infield's at double play depth. 1-4, and that is a pop up to second base, infield fly rule. Out number 2. And Freddie Galvis stepping up with 2 outs, infield back to normal. And Jonathan Papelbon just about loose in the bullpen for the Phillies, ready to go for the bottom of the 9th. Breslow to Galvis, 2-8. That's a single to left. That will bring home another run. Phillies put up a second run and lead it now 5-2 as the Red Sox bullpen choking the bit as Freddie Galvis gets an RBI single. Runners at first and second for Ryan Howard, who's had 3 doubles on the game, but they want to leave the lefty in there to face him. 6-5, and that's a ground ball to second to end the inning. But damage done. 2 runs in for the Phillies. They take a 5-2 lead. 5-2 lead into the bottom of the 9th. And you know what time it is now. It is now time for Papelbon. Although you could leave Garcia in there, but Papelbon, because of the record of the Phillies as being so bad, he hasn't had many opportunities to get a save or do any pitching. So they're going to bring in Papelbon without question. It's a 3-run lead, so it is still a save situation. And Papelbon it is. Papelbon will be on to face Shaw, Swihart, and Bradley, although we could see some pinch hitting. They do have Ramirez and they do have Holt on the bench if they choose to go that route. Right now, though, it's Travis Shaw to lead it off here in the bottom of the 9th. 2-6, and that's a pop out to short. 1 away. So 1 down, but we will get a pinch hitter for Swihart, I do believe. Actually, he's a 274 hitter. You know what? They're going to leave him in there. So they're going to leave Swihart in there against Papelbon. 5-5, switch hitter batting left, and that is a 1 for a double. Anything else is a single. So it's a base hit for Swihart. So he will get the 1-out single. 1-out single for Swihart. Could pinch run for him, but I don't think there's any point in it. If they were down by 1, you would, but down by 3, you just wanted him to get on the bases and to stay there. So back to the top of the order for Jackie Bradley Jr. 6-10. We'll check Papelbon for injury. I don't think 6-10 is going to bother him. Papelbon, where are you? 6-12 is Papelbon's injury, so that's not a problem. 6-10 against the lefties, a ground ball shortstop X. That is Freddie Galvis. And Freddie Galvis is a 2. 2-19. I believe that might be a double play to end the game. 2-19 is a ground ball A. It's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. And there is your ball game. The Phillies defeat the Red Sox. Put a put a damper on the Red Sox season, or not on the season, but on, you hate losing to the last place team, but that's what they just did. 5-2 the final. 2 big errors by Sandoval. Really just didn't do the trick there. And to end the game on a 6-4-3 double play hurt as well. So the Phillies win it by the score of 5-2. Winning pitcher. The winning pitcher in the game is Buchanan. The loser is Kelly. And the save goes to Papelbon. Let's check the hits. I don't have the computer up, so I don't have their season totals to know what the numbers are for that, but I don't guess it's that important this early in the season. So let's look at the hits for the Phillies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got them unofficially for 9 hits. Of course, I'll put it in the computer and it'll tell me for sure. And for the Red Sox, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got them for 8 hits unofficially. Left on base for the Phillies. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got them for 9 left on. And so let's move this over here so you can see it actually. Hopefully. Okay. For the Red Sox, left on base, 1, 2, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got them for 8 left on, unofficially. So 9 hits for the Phillies. And out of those 9 hits, Howard had 3 doubles. Galvis had a double, that's 4. And the double by Hernandez, that's 5. So 5 out of the 9 hits were doubles. 1 was a homer. So 6 of the 9 hits for the Phillies were extra base hits. And that's what really did it. The Red Sox, all their hits except for the home run from Ortiz, all the hits by the Red Sox, the other 7, were all singles. So Phillies, clubbing it with the doubles, extra base hits, and Red Sox mostly going around with singles, and that just didn't help them. So I apologize for the little mix-up around the 7th inning stretch. Hopefully everything came out okay in the end. I won't know until I post it and combine the videos and get everything going, but that's your ball game. 5-2 Phillies over the Red Sox, and that completes the first games of Series 7 for each matchup. I'll play the games 2 and 3 from each matchup. The next 10 games will be offline, and then we'll be all set to go for Series number 8. And I think the first game in Series 8 is Tampa Bay and the Mets, but I don't know for sure, but I think that's what it is. I know it's at least one of the matchups. It may not be the first matchup, but it is at least one of the matchups. So, till next time, hope you enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.